What's going on, guys? It's your boy Lesiba Mothupi. On today's video, we're actually going to be looking at the markets. Obviously, you know, guys, US30. In the past week, I barely traded that much. I think I went in once or twice in the markets, and then I was like, you know what, let me just stay away and then recome with my strategies and methods of how I'm going to be moving forward. But let's get straight to it. So what I'm seeing here today on US30, obviously, you can simply see, the previous week we had like this big push to the upside jar. Price came back again here, second touch, pushed all the way to the upside jar, and then boom, third touch all the way to the upside jar. And then one thing that I like about this is that obviously just by adding your lines here, you can simply see that this has been our first touch here, second touch here, and now this being our third touch. This being our third touch. Okay, so what this one thing that I spotted is that obviously in the morning I already sent it was somewhere around here. I was like, guys, let's go up with it, let's buy and stuff. But let me just show you what I'm seeing for the whole week, because that's the purpose of this video, to show you guys what I'm seeing for the whole week. So obviously, since now we've got our third touch, we can either have this line also be here, such as this, and this right here. Let me remove this. Okay, obviously let me remove these arrows too, such as this. And then obviously you can say that price, there's a higher chance of price coming here and then bouncing back to the downside, bouncing back to the downside for maybe a fourth touch or something, or maybe a breakout to the downside. But guys, remember, the most important thing here is, even though we're trying to see that, the most important thing here is just take a look at this range from all the way here to here. We're looking at close to 409 points, which is like 4,090 pips, somewhere around that, 4,090 pips. So that's actually a lot. You can't really just say, since it's moving up by 400 points and stuff, you're gonna wait for it. No, you can't do that. You can't wait for a sell here. You can instead take advantage of buyers while going to the upside, because what can also happen is that this resistance that we're seeing here could also be invalid. It could also be invalid, and then price can do what? Can just continue going upwards. Because let's just come to the daily and see what I'm saying, that it can just continue coming upwards. Because just by taking a look at this, guys, look at how this market has been moving. Obviously, buyers are taking control. When it's sellers, yes, they are coming, but they only come for a short-term purpose. And then boom, buyers take control again, And one thing that I like about this is that obviously with the first touch, second touch, third touch, you can see on the daily here, we've got our hammer, we've got our engulfing candlestick. So there's a higher chance that obviously higher highs, higher low, higher high, higher low, price has to go and break higher high. And it doesn't mean today it has to break higher high, but price will definitely break higher high. So it can create new highs, which new highs can be here, or it depends on what the market is trying to show us. So we can't really predict where the highs are going to be, where we're going to take profit. But the best thing is that we know that we're going upwards, so we can buy and just continue scaling to the upside with it. So back to the 4 hour. Okay, so obviously, like I did say, beautiful double bottom here. Okay, let me just go on the 60-minute to see how we can take advantage of this. Okay, so for today, obviously, like this one here I shared in the morning. I think in the morning it was still somewhere around here. And I was like, guys, go in. If you're not in the public group, make sure that you're in, because that's why I share my analysis now and then. But now we're looking at this specific candlestick here. One thing that I like is just take a look at this specific candlestick. The close of this candlestick here, which is going to happen in the next 30 minutes. Let's actually take a look at the 30 minutes candlestick. Okay, so 30 minutes candlestick, you can see how we closed here. Rejected a bit to the upside. We are now on resistance, so we can take a message from the market. But I would be lying if I say here we can sell and come all the way down to here, because that doesn't really make sense for now. It doesn't make sense. No. But what can happen is that if the next candlestick happens to be something similar to this candlestick, or a bearish candlestick, then it means that there's a higher chance of us selling below point here, stop loss below above here, and then taking profit just there. Risk reward 2.2, which is still good, which is still amazing. But the most important thing here is observing how this candlestick is going to close. Let's see what the 15-minute candlestick is also saying. So here we can see we've got our inverted hammer, our inverted hammer, doji, in the opposite way. So rejection, it actually rejected to the upside. So on the 15 minutes, it's promising that downside move. But remember, since we've seen this on the daily, 4 hour, 1 hour pushing upwards, we can't just take analysis from the 15 minutes and then enter with it. You understand? You have to be able to know when to enter. So that's why for now we are gonna wait for it to just give us full confirmations. But for me, when I would fully be comfortable is at least if this candlestick, like once it closes above here, then I'm comfortable. Like, I won't mind taking a buy on it. I'll take a buy believing that, I've got all this range, because this is literally my first target. This is my first target, yeah. Okay, so that position is gonna be something like this. This would be my first target right here. 6. Can you see, like, going to the upside has more potential compared to going to the downside? Like, yes, you can make profit going to the downside, but just take a look at when the market is pushing upwards here, like all these big spikes and all these amazing trendy to the upside, né? So it means that, like, obviously with this one here, I can score a 6 return, risk reward of 1:6. And then even if it goes to the downside, like it goes against me, that means that once it gets here on support, I can easily just be involved in this buy trade and then still go all the way up and still experience those beautiful, 1:8. But I know I can get a bit more better than this because of the fact that price is actually gonna be like, my stop loss I'll be using the 15 minutes to enter, and my stop loss is gonna be very tight, so not too tight in a way whereby it's me trying to just log profits and stuff and not wanting it to go against me, but tight in a manner of, like, that will be what the market will be giving me at that time. So I can't have a big stop loss whereby the market is saying that I don't have to put that up. So with this for now, management 3:30, it has confirmed the movement with us. Normally 3:30 it confirms whether we're shooting upwards or downwards and stuff, and you can simply see here that it has pushed a bit more to the upside, which shows that there's even more momentum to the upside. So let me just come down to the 5 minute and see what price is doing here. So I can even be a bit more, too ambitious and then have, like, my 5 minute entry. Let's see, in the next 1 minute the candle is gonna close. 5 minute entry. My stop loss would simply be somewhere close to here, and I'll still have this as my target. Can you see now? It's better than the one that I had before initially. It's much more better than the one that I had initially because of the fact that now I went to a smaller time frame. Remember what I said, from the daily we use it to look at the momentum, look at the direction and all these things. 4 hour we normally use it to just, same thing with what I would say the daily, but, like, getting your touches together, seeing what price is actually printing out when it comes to price action, and then moving over to the 1 hour. Obviously we use that for pattern, like spotting out patterns and doing all these specifics and stuff, like being able to spot if it's a reversal pattern or continuation pattern, all those things. Then all the way to the downside, it will be used for candlestick confirmation, like such as your engulfing. Like you can see now the market is engulfing. So in this manner, I'll just wait to see how the market closes, and then I'll be comfortable with entering it. But now I wouldn't do that because it'll be me taking this trade emotionally, because, like, when it's just shooting upwards and then boom, you buy, obviously it means that you're just taking this trade emotionally, and we don't want that, guys. We seriously don't want that. So that's what I'm seeing now on US30. Let's see. In the next this candlestick, we still have 3 hours 25 minutes more to go for this 4 hour candlestick to go, but you can simply see that we've never experienced a bearish candlestick. So the market has been in an upward movement since, so maybe here we can start seeing our consolidation, because, like, I understand that it's been pushing upwards now, and it's even approaching, like, closing time of the specific index. So maybe the price can start consolidating a bit, and then maybe in the morning we'll see it push a bit more to the upside, but that can't be promised. Like, we can't really predict that the market is going to consolidate here and do all those things, because it can easily break out here and then continue shooting upwards. One thing that I like about this too is that if you do happen to experience that breakout, okay, let me show you. I think the 5 minutes has closed. If you do happen to experience that breakout, then you can easily wait for a retest there. So with this one here, like, normally I'd enter it like this. I'd put my buy somewhere here. Yeah, I'd put my stop loss just below here, safe. And then this is where I'm going at. Then, my risk reward 1:7.5. So anything that happens, even if it does go down, I'll still be able to, have that swing to be able to move to the upside, which is something that I like. So let's go back to the 15 minutes just to see candle closes. okay, this one here, we still have 9 more minutes to go. But I like the fact that, like, it rejected. And then now this candlestick, instead of being a bearish candlestick, because if it was a bearish candlestick, that would have been something different. And you can see now with price pushing upwards, I would have had already a buy order on it. So buy order, what it does is that when price moves in your direction, that's when you get activated, instead of just you buying emotionally. You understand? You get activated when the price is pushing upwards. So let's see on the 1 hour, but I'll just keep on checking this out. Remember what I'm seeing on how I'm seeing with the long-term picture, because the purpose of this video is for you to be able to understand the long-term picture, see what we're looking for, see how you can take advantage of that, and see how you can also be able to just like master one specific index or currency. Because one of the most important things when it comes to trading is to master one specific index or currency, because once you get that down, then it means that there's a much more better chance of you finding success in that one thing. Like obviously if you kick a ball 10 times and you do something else, let's say now you kick a ball 10 times and then now you try out something, and then you're like, let me throw this tennis ball against the wall, maybe 2 times I failed, let me try, do this. Like you're doing a lot of things that are not going to be able to show you where you're lacking or where you do or you're not lacking. But if you just continue to kick in that ball 10 times and then another 10 times and another 100 times and all those things, then you'd be able to see, like, you obviously are going to become better. You are obviously, that's why I say in trading, the more trades you take, the better you become. That's what I've been saying. But now I think I should adjust that to the more trades you take on a specific currency or specific index, the better you become with that specific currency or with that specific index.
And remember, in Forex, we're talking about money. We came in this game for money. We came in this game to earn a living. So we are not here to play games.